So what I want to do is open my house file and I want to turn it from a sketch into a 3D object. So I'm going to go into my data panel, I'm going to go into Learning with Grade 9 and go into my folder, and this is where you should have saved your sketch. So I'm going to open that up and I'm just going to close the data panel. Okay, so extruding is how we make a sketch into a 3D shape, and that's this particular icon up here. I will point out that there's lots of other sets of tools for different kinds of 3D modeling, but what we're doing right now is called solid modeling. So I'm going to click on Extrude, and now all I have to do, so right now let's look at the settings. So it's set to direction one side. So if I click on something, it's going to just, and I drag on the arrow, it's going to go up and down on one side of my sketch only. Okay, I know in your computers you won't have the wood grain on yours will be more gray. Don't worry about that, I'll show you how to change your appearance later. So if I change this to two sides, now I get two different arrows. So I could now just drag this side down a little bit less, and the numbers change in these two boxes here. Okay, if I change it to symmetrical, then it'll expand the same amount on both sides of my sketch. So you can choose what kind of extrude you want to do. So I'm going to go to symmetrical right now. And what I like to do is use the arrows to kind of get a sense of proportions, and then you can look in here to see what the measurements are. And so I'm going to maybe make that 3. Okay, now what happens is I hit enter and everything disappeared. That happens quite a lot in Fusion. It's very annoying. So the sketch is still there. What's happened is it's turned itself off. So you just have to turn it back on again, and then your sketch will still be there. So now I want to do the body of my house. So I'm going to go back up here to extrude. The keyboard shortcut for extrude is E. So that's what I'm going to do from now on, is just hit the E key. And I'm going to hover over this shape. Now you'll notice that the circles don't get selected, because each enclosed shape needs to be selected separately. So you'll see here it says 1 selected. So let's say I'm going to turn this into a keychain. So I only want one hole. I just want this hole here for my keychain. So what I'm going to do is click on these guys, and you'll see now 4 shapes are selected. And now I can extrude it, and I think I'm going to go to symmetrical. Maybe I'm not going. Yeah, let's go to symmetrical extrude again, and let's get a sense of how far I want it to go. Maybe we'll make it like 5. Okay, now I'm actually going to go back, and I'm going to into my timeline here. I'm going to go edit feature, and I want to show you this. Down here in the operation, it says join. Okay, when you're making a 3D shape, what you're actually making is, at least in this particular case, we're making what is called a body. Okay, so if I go up here and I go edit feature, if instead of saying join, this says new body, you will see that I've actually now made 2 bodies. So you want to be thinking about, do you want to make 2 separate shapes, or do you want to join the shapes together to make one shape? In this case, that's what I want to do. Okay. Now, if you're worried about safety, you'll notice that these corners are kind of sharp. So we talked about the fillet tool in a sketch. You can also do fillet tool on a 3D object. So it's up here under modify. And all you got to do is click on the corners that you want to round. Let's see if we can do all 4 of them. This one might get a bit complicated, so we won't worry about that one for the tutorial. And then you just put in here the radius that you want the fillet to be. So let's go with 3. Okay, so now I've got my radius, my round corners, I've got my circle, and I've got my 3D body. So the last thing I want to do now is I want to put a little hanger on here. So maybe I want to, like if I want to hang this on the wall or something like that. So there's no circle here right now. So what I need to do is I actually need to go and get a new sketch. And you'll see when I hover over the different flat parts of this object, they're called planes, they highlight. And so I can click on any one of these and it will draw that sketch right on the plane. Now the problem is that we kind of want to know where these lines are. And even though it looks like they're on our sketch, they're not. They're kind of like below our sketch, like it's almost like our sketch is transparent. So there's one extra step we have to do before we start drawing, and that's to go create, project. And that's actually got a keyboard shortcut too, it's P, and use it a lot. So I get used to that. Then I click on this, and I click OK, and you'll see all the lines that are projected onto my sketch are now purple. So I can even now turn this body off, and I can see exactly where everything is. So I'm going to go get a circle, and I'm going to hover over the middle here, make sure it's centered, and I'm going to type in 10, give a diameter of 10, okay? Now, I want to make sure I tell Fusion where that circle should be, so I'm actually going to click D for dimension. I'm going to click on the middle of the circle, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to make it 65 millimeters from the middle here. Now you'll notice it's still blue. That is because even though I've told it it's 65 millimeters, whoops, let's go here, select, it can still go that way. So I need to come up with a way to tell Fusion that it can't move. And so I'm going to introduce you to these things called constraints. We'll talk about them later. This is kind of how you lock things in place, or you make them, you add extra information that helps Fusion figure out where everything should go. So for this one, we're just going to go fix. And we're going to click on here, and we're just going to tell Fusion to fix it in place. Okay. And I think now we're just going to go finish sketch. Oh, it went green. Okay, I'm not quite sure why it did that. We'll talk about that later. So now I can turn my body back on, and there's my circle. So now I'm going to go get my extrude tool and click E for extrude and click on this. So we can now eyeball this. We can drag it up. Let's say, for example, if I wanted this to be exactly the same height as this, so everything looks nice and proportional, under extend type, I can change it to object. Then I just click on the top of this, and it will make this exactly the same height as this, okay? And we'll click join. So if I did this right, let me show you the power of parametric modeling now. So I'm going to go back to here where I made this, and I'm going to make this 8. And you'll see that this actually is now still the same height as that. It increased in size to go with the thickness there, because everything in the model is connected. Okay, so I think we'll stop there. That is your first introduction to turning a 2D sketch into a 3D model.